Hello and welcome to Bakerstreet.coasters, where today we are in London for 2 days and I cannot wait. So first stop is Madden Tussauds, because that's exactly where I want to go. Madden Tussauds because they've got a seriously good dark ride there. I'm not even going to joke with you. And then I will tell you what else. I want to go to Battersea Power Station, I want to go to Babylon Park, I want to go to many places. However, I've got to get out of this messy place, of course. We all know what the tubes are like in London, absolutely hectic. I have come on is it a Monday? It's a Monday, and I'm going home on Wednesday late. Anyways, hope you enjoy this vlog. Please remember to follow, smile always. Okay, so I have come from London Euston, and that means I need to get the Euston Square Underground Station, which is literally outside here, to go all the way to the Bakerloo line. However, I just need the Circle line to get to Baker Street, sorry. There you go, London Euston Station. I cannot wait. I am so excited. I'm not even joking. I was really optimistic, or no, I was really on the edge of whether I'm going to book this today. It was one about I don't know, £130 for 2 nights, and train ticket was one about £60 getting there and back, which is very, very good. I mean, I can't lie. I come all the way from Stoke, so that's all the way up north, between Manchester, here's Birmingham, and I'm slap bang in the middle. So, yeah, that is something. But you know, I was very on edge whether I actually am. I was very on edge into whether actually I'm going to be here today. But you know what? I am here. I'm very happy. So anyways, let's get on with the video. Okay guys, so I am on platform 1. I'm about to get the Circle line train to Baker Street, okay? Now I'm in London Euston Square, which is quite cool actually. So yeah, I cannot wait to get to Baker Street to go to Madden Tussauds. That's insane. I'm not even joking with you guys. So yeah. Let's see what it has to offer, of course. Apparently the Greggs sausage roll is on not quite sure. They made a wax Greggs sausage roll. What is going on in this country? I don't know, but you know, it is what it is. Welcome to Baker Street. This is Baker Street, guys. I can tell you right now, though, it's quite funny because I'm on the wrong side, it don't matter. Quite funny, though, because Baker Street is also in my name, Bakerstreet.coasters, as you guys know. It's quite cool. Right, I need to find my way to Madden Tussauds. Up there. Okay, this way up to Madden Tussauds. Now, Madden Tussauds, if you did not know, has one of the most brilliant dark rides I've ever rode in the UK. I can tell you now, Madden Tussauds is insane because of this dark ride. It's one of those things, to be fair. Madden Tussauds is... Yeah, anyways, the dark ride is called the Spirit of London, and it is a Merlin attraction, of course, but what they did to it is absolutely insane, and you guys will be able to come along with me on that journey, as I'm allowed to film on here. It doesn't look busy at all. Normally it's really busy, but that don't look busy. Is it closed? I hope not. I don't think that's not that busy. Now, a brief history on Madden Tussauds. So back in 2016, Madden Tussauds took I'm pretty sure it became... So here's a brief history about Madden Tussauds. So the big dome behind it is basically the London Planetarium, or it used to be at one point, and then it was at one point where Merlin had to have rights to... they have to have rights to the planetarium a little bit. So during the 4D cinema experience bit, you basically had these people telling you about planets before the Avengers show, which is kind of cool. But now they don't have that anymore. I'm pretty sure it got literally took over by Merlin, and you know, all of that planetarium stuff is no longer a thing. If you went to Alton Towers, you would see that in Oblivion's queue line there's some sort of projector thing in the middle. That is what used to be in here, and the projector used to be huge and significantly good. It used to light up the atmosphere and everything. But yeah, unfortunately it's no longer the planetarium, it's literally just wax figures. However, the dark ride is significantly good, and that is exactly why I'm here today. Okay, so maybe Madden Tussauds might not be open. However, let's go and see if the 221 Baker Street is open, you know, the Sherlock Holmes Museum, because you know what, I am disgraced with Merlin Entertainment, so I can't lie. I'm walking and I'm like, what, are you actually joking right now? So yeah, let's go and see if I can book this, shall we? I don't know anything about London. I don't know, it's just bookable or what, I don't know, guys. But 221 Baker Street, yes, that is Sherlock Holmes' house. Now, many people say this guy's a myth, many people say this guy's an absolute legend, many people say this guy's real. Nobody actually knows. You know, it's been in books, But who's to say that this guy's actually real? Oh god, the Beatles! We've got the London store of the Beatles right next door to 221 Baker Street. Baker Street. That was just well, I didn't show you, but I did just go into the Sherlock Holmes Museum. Wow. So apparently Sherlock Holmes wasn't an actual real detective. However, he did inspire another sort of detective named Joseph Bell, who basically went on to do other sort of stuff, which Sherlock Holmes sort of did. As some of you guys know, Sherlock Holmes, having a power and the mind that he had, it's sort of like one of those things. Is it an actual true trait? Is it something that people can develop? Is it something which, is it something that's possible to happen within human nature? We don't know, Sherlock Holmes is one of those things. However, yeah, Joseph Bell, definitely, he got inspired by the story of Sherlock Holmes, which is very, very, very cool. So in London, we always stick to the right, so people on the left can basically look down, which is very, very cool actually. It's one of those things which, it's a very, very good courtesy thing in England. London is one of those places where we just stick by manners in terms of like this sort of sense. I mean, if you're on the right, if you're on the left and you're just standing there, you're very much getting hit out of the way, I swear. Anyways, I'm off to platform 8 to go to Battersea Power Station. I need to get off at Waterloo. So platform number 8 is what I need to get on. Okay, so now I'm in Embankment. There's no point in me going to Battersea until I go to, I don't know. I could go to London Eye, but I'm probably not going to do that now. But I'm still really annoyed that Merlin can't even operate until 4 PM. I just think Merlin's tendency to operate their attractions till 4 PM, which would be very, very good, but apparently that's not something they do. I don't know if you guys heard anything, but what I did say was that I am now going to Embankment because because I'm in Embankment, there's no point, go down here, there's no point of me going all the way to Battersea if I don't go here first, as I want to show many of you guys House of Parliament, Big Ben. There's loads of London bridges here, it's unbelievable. There's only one original London bridge. Actually, no. Someone was telling me that the London Bridge isn't originally here, it's somewhere in USA when the UK conquered USA. I don't know much about it, I can't lie. But yeah, that's exactly what I've been told. Maybe if I'm totally incorrect, someone can tell me in the comments, as you normally do. But yeah, anyways, let's go and see the River Thames. Yes, this is the River Thames, guys. All these Americans out there, oh, for goodness sake, it's so funny to see what you guys have to say. That is the London Eye. Now, that is the biggest wheel, that is the biggest it's the biggest wheel of its kind. That is because the supports are on one side and not the other. That's what makes it very, very unique. I'm pretty sure this is also stopped. Yeah, this is stopped too, guys, of course. I mean, many of you guys said, yeah, it's because it's like a Monday and, there's something which happens. I don't know. I just feel like Merlin could at least open their attractions till 4 PM. I don't think this was open till 4 PM. I was going to only book it till 3:45. But I'm a little bit annoyed at that, I can't lie. But, yeah, it's a Monday, but Merlin have a duty of care for these things. And if they can't operate it, what's the point of them operating these sort of attractions? I can't lie. I can tell you now, the government would definitely have this open. Like, look what Blackpool's done. Blackpool Tourism Limited, they have basically come along and they have opened up all of their attractions like further than 3 PM. Not quite sure what's going on here in London, especially in the place of money making schemes and everything. I don't understand at all. If I was Merlin, I would definitely get these open. Yes, tourism isn't at its highest, and yes, it's a working day, but at the same time, 4 PM closures. Come on, guys, give those people here are on minimum wage, right? People like working in Merlin Entertainment are on minimum wage. At least give them that extra hour. There's people like me, and there's people coming out over late. Even if it's like, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, get like younger people on there. These attractions are not to miss, and I feel like not operating these rides, it's really annoying. But it's not only this, it's like Shrek's Adventure, Dungeons, all of those, it just adds up, doesn't it? It's a little bit annoying into the fact that why can't they keep it open? But yeah, that is the London Eye. Okay, so some facts about the London Eye right behind me. Firstly, this actually opened for the year 2000, so we had the Millennium Wheel, and yes, of course, it was named the Millennium Wheel. Another thing is that the Queen had a pod on here, so there's like the Queen's pod. I'm not quite sure which one it is, but they are slowly revitalising all the pods here in London, for the London Eye. Not quite sure why though, but you know, that is something which they opened it with, just to like, you know, kind of build up the hype for it. Now they've gone through many different sponsors as well. So we've had for Coca-Cola, I remember it, Coca-Cola in 2016. We had lastminute.com, which is what their sponsor is right now. We've had British Airways at one point. We've had loads and loads of different sponsors for the London Eye, and apparently it's no longer under the government's running. It is now under Merlin Entertainment's running, but it is still funded by the government. So if Merlin Entertainments did go bust, it would always go back to the government, of course. Yet again, it's a huge stapled attraction, but not operating during... Well, it's not operating. It's not even like on. I feel like it's having its winter maintenance done or something. I'm not quite sure. As it is in the winter, of course, and a lot of things aren't open in the winter, unfortunately. But I still feel like those indoor attractions like Merlin Entertainment's run, I feel like they should be open. Just for, you know, something for people to do. Like, you know, people like uni students and even like tourists, of course, so they don't have a lot to offer here in winter. They could have so much more money. It's like their theme parks as well. Merlin Entertainment could have so much more money if they operated these things during winter. As I might have expected with all steel structures in the UK, they always have their winter maintenance, especially with Merlin Entertainment ones. Anyways, this is the London Eye. It is currently not open for the week, so I've come on like Monday the 12th, and it's not open for that whole entire week until next week, I'm pretty sure. That's when I can book it at least. So I don't know if anything like that. But yeah, like I said, tallest of its kind, absolutely huge. We love it, and you know what? There's a guy up there, which is very cool. But yeah, no, it's a staple attraction. Year 2000 open. It is now 26 years old. You know, it was 25 last year. Ah, there we go. And that's over there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is a hollow. There you go. There is a hollow pod. That is one of the pods which they are revitalising. Let me quickly get you back out. There you go. That is one of the pods they're revitalising. They'll be doing that to every other sort of pod on this Millennium Wheel, which is brilliant to see. Keep calling it Millennium Wheel, London, it doesn't really matter what you call it, guys, it is still something. So the main accent of London is Cockney. Apparently it's like full of what is it called, multicultural London English, which is like a majority of different languages all into one. Now another thing is, yes, Americans, we are real, we are British, and also, yes, also Americans, we have the Big Ben. Unfortunately though, the Big Ben is sinking. That is because at the time of them being built, which was in the 16th, 15th century, unfortunately they didn't think of any foundations, so the majority of different things, like the majority of different like nostalgic sort of you know, monuments, including Big Ben, did not have foundations, and they were built on, I'm pretty sure it's clay, and now it's been a significant thing that it's sinking, which is not good. And you can clearly see, because it's not diagonally straight, it's actually like, I don't know, 0.1 degree over, and I'm pretty sure it's sinking every single time. It's not huge of a concern, but yeah, the London Eye is, no, the Big Ben is sinking, guys. To revitalising what I just said, Big Ben is sinking, unfortunately, because there's no structures underneath. There's the London Eye. They are doing their winter maintenance to that, guys. It's very nice. But yes, we are real, guys. We are very real. The British people are real here. You actually have London right here. There you go, it's a River Thames. Now, before sewage systems, and before Joseph Bazalgette came along and created the huge and, you know, extra extensive London sewage system, we had quite a few issues here in London. So for example, there was cholera, which was like a deadly disease in the water, and that wasn't really treated as well, and unfortunately because that wasn't treated, a lot of people died. They also used water pumps, and yet again, water pumps weren't very good back in the 16th century at all. You think water pumps now, they wouldn't get away. It has to be filtered water, and you think our water stations weren't filtered either. Like I said, our sewage pumps didn't come until like the 16th, 17th century, which is pretty annoying actually. But that is because the two things that were in power. Firstly, there was the church, and secondly, there was the government, and the government wouldn't act upon anything. However, it wasn't until later on where the government got so sick and tired of the Thames being so dirty that they had to move out, and not only that, they had to sign some sort of like medical bill, which basically said that they have to treat people for medical conditions and other stuff, and also that kind of enabled the Beveridge report to be able to be put out. And when the Beveridge report was put out, that was when we had the NHS, of course, or the first act of public health, of course, which was really, really good. But yeah, that is exactly how the movement in London came. That's how we got healthcare. That's when we got everything else in London from this River Thames here. If it wasn't for the River Thames, none of that would be enabled, unfortunately, because the smell of the River Thames when it wasn't filtered was not nice. I mean, I wasn't there, of course, but from describing from history and what I've read, yeah, this was very disgusting according to some people. Another thing about Westminster, that is literally where all of the governments have their sort of like meetings. So in the UK we have a government. It's very well. Our constitution isn't a real thing. It's it's here, there, and everywhere. It's not actually written down anywhere precisely, and in a book like the USA's is. However, that is where the Prime Minister is, and he has his like normal question times on Wednesdays. I think it's Wednesday question times. And yeah, Houses of Parliament, not Big Ben, but the House of Parliament is where they go and they discuss all the laws and how they enable stuff and everything. I'm not going to go into politics because, as you guys know, I don't talk about politics, but I'm just talking about what that House of Commons is for, of course. And like I said, there's House of Lords and the House of Commons both in one. So House of Lords, they can only advise stuff, whereas the House of Commons, they have to do, they have to like enable what the House of Lords says if it goes through Parliament and it goes through committees and other stuff. But that's all politics, and I did that in A level. Let's kind of move away from that, shall we? This is one side of London. I mean, you've just seen one side of London. That's more of a tourist side of London, should I guess. Now, the River Thames, like I said, is a very, very big staple river here in London because, everything's literally on it. Like, you've got the London Eye, you've got Paddington Experience, you've got Shrek's Adventure, you've got Dungeon, you've got loads of things on the River Thames, and of course you've got Westminster and Big Ben, which is significantly good. You've also got Uber boats. Like, come on, when did London get Uber boats? Actually, I knew this for quite a while, but it's quite funny actually. Uber boats. You can even book a train on Uber now. Wow, not for long, I don't think. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I can go to the Shard tomorrow. That'd be quite nice. The Shard is like the tallest structure. It's made of all glass. It's got like it's really pointy at the top, and it's the tallest structure. It's over 1,000 feet, and it's the tallest structure in London, which is pretty cool if you ask me. So that is very, very cool. All the lights have just come on the Big Ben side. Anyways, we're off to 10 Downing Street. I've never actually seen it. Did politics for like God knows how many years of my whole life, and I haven't seen 10 Downing Street. Insignificant that is. That's a huge X for me, guys. Never, ever fall for them. They are money-making scams, guys. I'm gonna tell you now. Never fall for them. They're money-making scams. Anyways, London Eye, because that marks 4:15. So in the UK, if you guys didn't know, the Big Ben isn't actually called Big Ben. So the bell is named Ben, however, the tower itself was built for the Elizabeth era, so that means it's called the Elizabeth Tower, which was really good, really cool. But yeah, many people get that wrong. Many people say, oh my god, it's Big Ben. I mean, I say it all the time, but no, that's the thing, we use it because the bell in the Elizabeth Tower is quite big, so that's why we call it Big Ben, of course. But yeah, it's kind of become a British staple to call it Big Ben, but everyone forgets its roots, of course. There was also proper gold on the top of there, and it has to be replenished every time. Because as we know, gold has a high melting point, meaning that it won't melt as much. It won't melt during the summer heats and on the hottest days because of its high melting point. It's like in CPUs uses gold. Of course, it's finite materials, and because of the time it was built, gold is a very, very exotic sort of treasure, and having it showed wealth, of course. Gold nowadays still shows a bit of wealth, however, silver I'm pretty sure costs more. Not quite sure what's going on there. There we go. There's the London Eye, guys. That's Big Ben, sorry, not London Eye. I'm getting so confused today, guys. That is Big Ben. Okay, so if you take a trip over from the London Bridge, which I went over, and then you go over here, you get to see 10 Downing Street. Wow, sort of get to see 10 Downing Street. I mean, it's pretty much locked off. Now, this is the Prime Minister's second home. Of course, all people have a first home before they're in power, of course. So this is his second home, which is, you know, one of those things actually. Now I can't go down there unfortunately because of course it's locked. But yeah, that's exactly where the Prime Minister lives for 5 years until he gets re-elected, or if he isn't re-elected, then, you know, and a new Prime Minister goes in. But yeah, the 10 Downing Street is always the Prime Minister's second home. It's never the first home, always the second home, guys. Okay guys, so right behind me is the Cabinet Office. Of course, it's an office where basically the Prime Minister and other people of his cabinet discuss stuff. They speak around like this sort of table sort of thing where they discuss different policies, different laws, and should they be allowed, should they not. So that's exactly what it is. And that is what it is. You're not allowed to go in there, unfortunately. It's not open to the public. I'm pretty sure the Supreme Court somewhere is open to the public, but I'm not quite sure where that is. I think it's the Supreme Court or something like that. The UK does have a Supreme Court. I'm pretty sure you can go and see hearings. I'm not going to do that as this is becoming very, very political, but you know, I'm just going to show you around some of the big momentable places, places here in London, of course, and apparently the Cabinet Office came up on something. The Cabinet Office. That's one of the most least places you want to see, guys. Anyways, I'm off to see Starlight Express tonight, so I cannot wait. I haven't got my tickets yet, so I don't know how much it's going to be. It's fine, guys. I'll sort it. But yeah, no, it's insane to be on the other side of London, of course. I've got to get the tube to Wembley. Oh my god, Wembley Stadium, of course. That is the largest stadium in... I'll tell you about. Anyways, yep. Okay guys, so this is Great Scotland Yard. How cool is this? I'm not even going to joke with you. Oh, it's very warm here. Oh, probably something to do with something, I don't know. But yeah, Great Scotland Yard, as some of you guys know, something to do with the police. I don't know much about it, I can't lie. Let's just say, this isn't in Scotland, guys, we're very much in London. I never understood the sort of naming of names and streets and everything. But I'm guessing when that place was named, it has something to do with, you know, I don't know. Don't ask me. Anyways, I'm going this way because I've got to go to the London Underground to then get to Wembley, of course. Oh, I can't wait, guys. And then I'll be back. I need to check into my hotel, and then I'll be back out. Oh. Okay, so in other news, I'm off to see Back to the Future the musical tonight because unfortunately Starlight Express isn't on until Wednesday. So I was like, well, might as well go and see Back to the Future whilst I'm here, of course. Anyways, I'm off to my hotel now. Well, not my hotel, of course, but you know, the hotel which I booked. I actually can't wait to see it. It's like the capsule sort of thing. I've seen these everywhere. They're like viral over TikTok, I swear. So I cannot wait. Anyways, that's London. Wow. Estuary of London. Because London has so much history, I don't know everything about it, unfortunately, guys. So don't rely on me to know everything, of course. However, London is literally the capital of the UK. It's the most basic thing. We have telephone boxes. Yes, guys, we have telephone boxes. However, they're not used anymore. So back when industries were industrialised, they were like partnered owned, they're state controlled. We had different stuff like British telecommunications. We had British Airways, British Gas, all the stuff which starts with British, like British Broadcasting Corporation, the BBC. All of that was owned by the government. It wasn't until Margaret Thatcher's year where basically she privatised everything. Many people aren't very happy with that. Many people are. I'm not going to give you my comments on that at all. However, that is what happened. And then you know you got other different sort of businesses come along, they privatised everything, you know, you had different versions of everything else, so you know, it is what it is. But yeah, that's basically what happened in the UK, and that's why we've got those telephone boxes, and that's why they're not used anymore. They're mainly used for like defibrillators, so you know, and for like other stuff. Sometimes people use them for libraries, you know, just like your average street library. It's amazing what way people use it for. Recycling stuff, you know, reusing it's a very, very beneficial thing, because nowadays we don't use a lot of that, unfortunately. Everything goes into landfill and stuff, so using those things for like libraries and, you know, just taking care of like your local telephone boxes is insane. Don't know why I've just ranted on about telephone boxes, but it's the most random thing, and we're in London, does it matter? No. So the last time I was here, this is Trafalgar Square, was when the McLaren event happened in July, I'm pretty sure. I love how it's all lit up. I love how the fountains are all lit up. That's very, very nice. And then you've got, I think this is Napoleon up there. I could be totally incorrect. I don't know who that is. It looks like Napoleon, like small guy with his hat on. I don't know. Is that a lift? That's a lift. But yeah, there you go. That is Trafalgar Square. I don't know much about this place. Like, it looks like Rome. Welcome to Birmingham, guys. It's Rome. No, I'm joking. Yeah, this is London, guys. Of course, not Birmingham. Even though many Americans might think it's Birmingham. Birmingham looks something like this, by the way, guys, just to let you know. Anyways, there's a National Gallery. Might go in there tomorrow. Not quite sure what I'm doing. I've got like 2 days here. I don't know what to do, guys. Oh, there are people down there. And yeah, there you go. There's what Trafalgar Square looks like. It's huge, by the way. It's big enough to hold a McLaren event, I can tell it for a fact. Ever wondered why Trafalgar Square's water looks so clear? Well, that is because of a UK law that got put in place where basically all unnatural spring water, you know, so all the water which is like pumped somewhere else, not in the lake, has to be chlorinated. This is because of hygiene levels and people basically falling into it. You've seen a lot of movies where people just fall into stuff. Yeah, well, they get a lot of issues and they get a lot of germs with the water. I don't know why I'm ranting on about water to you guys, but oh well. But yeah, basically the law states that they have to have chlorinated water, which is why the water here is so clean, which is insanely good to be fair. And then up there, I'm pretty sure that's Napoleon. I could be totally incorrect. That looks like the guy. That definitely looks like Napoleon. I don't know, because I don't know a lot around this place. That's Napoleon. I claimed it. Napoleon. I don't care. I claimed it. Like the UK claimed everything else in the world. So, anyways, off to my hotel. Welcome to Piccadilly Circus. I don't know what this is known for. I can't know. It's just Piccadilly Circus. Huge boards. That's about it really. New tech. I don't know. Titanic musical. Pretty much a shambles, but you know, it is what it is. I don't know much about Ninja. Anyways, I'm going to my hotel to put this down because it's absolutely heavy. Imagine carrying 2 days worth of stuff on your back. Nah, not really. I don't mind. I mean, is there inspiration New York? I don't know. I mean, if it is, they've pretty much failed. Okay, got my key card. I'm staying at, what is it called? I forgot. Someone told me about it and it's really, really cheap. Apparently they're like small pods, which is very, very cool. What is it called? Let's see. It's called the Zedwell Capsule Hotel. I need to go floor 3. It doesn't look the greatest from here, but I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't really want to theme at these stairs. Who wants to theme at these stairs? Not me. We're in London, for goodness sake. Of course everything's going to be ruined at one point. I think 3.4 is, Thomas Baker, what am I, 3.4. This is my room. Oh, and then, what number was it? These are quite cool, I like these. 3410, oh, this one here. Look at this, guys. Do we just do it up? I don't know. What do we do? Do we push it? Oh, we push it up. Hey, look at that, that's insane! You know, one thing I find really funny about cities is the fact that they always have, like, you know, their Christmas lights on, right? But they never actually turn their Christmas lights on time, if that makes any sense. Like, their Christmas lights are always up. I swear they are, and if not, then why put them down? I mean, to be fair, to avoid weather damage and everything, but during this time of it being down, or them being off, I don't know. I'm just here to complain about a lot of things, to be fair, but London is still amazing. I do love London. Many people still, yet again, are going to tell me, no, London's not great, London's horrible, and I do not care. Could care what you guys think, to be fair. So, for all of you lovers of M&M over there, or you know, on this TikTok, M&M World, of course, M&M World is right here. I don't see the hype about M&Ms, you know, it's just like Cadbury World. I don't see the hype about Cadbury World, but you know, it's M&Ms. Pretty sure there's another one in a different country. I could not tell you on the top of my head at all. And another thing is we also have, well, this is pretty sick actually. We have London right here. How cool is that? You know, London, not London, Big Ben, sorry, I'm made out of Lego. Yes, it's in the Lego store. Look at that, that is huge. Welcome to Theatre Square. where basically you've got one theatre, you have a theatre, you've probably got another theatre down there, and another theatre. I have no clue what's the competition, but the competition over here is pretty funny. It's quite funny that they didn't have an Empire, because that's where they went. However, yes, we have Empire, Casino, Cineworld in one place. We've got Odeon Lux, I swear we've got another Odeon somewhere else. We've got Batman on top of Odeon. What's Batman doing on top of... I couldn't tell you. However, London is known for the Thursday premieres. So on most days, if there's a new movie coming out and it's quite big, but people basically come along and they pay to see the movie before. So for example, the actors tend to come along and they pay to see the movies before. And this is exactly the same spot that they do it. And I'm pretty sure it's in the Odeon Lux over there, which is exactly... It makes sense because you're in London, you're in Trafalgar Square. Oh no, Leicester Square, sorry. And yeah, of course. However, in some other places, you also got like, you know, there's a View over there. Cineworld View. I told you it's Theatre Square. I did tell you guys, Theatre Square over here, guys. But yeah, no, it's quite funny actually. There's a View, Odeon, Cineworld. But yeah, like I was saying, this is where most premieres happen in the UK, literally in London. Some other premieres happen in Ireland, but the London premieres happen in this exact spot, in one of these cinema. I don't know what cinema. I'm not even joking. Why do you need 4 cinemas in one square? The competition is unruly, I swear. Like, London, just get your act together. You don't need 4 cinemas in one square. But like I said, competition's huge. Here we go. Is this something to do with Stranger Things? I don't know what this is. Double-decker bus, guys, told you. They do have double-decker buses here in London. The amount of people who don't believe me is unbelievable. Well, now I've got evidence. We've got double-decker buses in London. Jesus Christ. Americans, double-decker buses, we have them. Oh my god, the amount of people. Look, red buses. Oh, none of your yellow rubbish. This is red buses, guys. Red buses. So I've just seen the Adelphi Theatre, which is where I'm going to watch Back to the Future. There's also 6, and the all-new musical Paddington. Now I haven't seen this, but it might be something I want to see tomorrow. I don't know yet, guys. I don't know about money or anything like that at the moment. So yeah. Anyways, I'm just walking up this random street. What's this street called? I don't know. Strand Palace. Hotel. Strand Palace Hotel. There you go. Strand Palace Hotel. The Coal Hole Hotel. Paddington! Oh, Paddington, we love Paddington, guys. Many people have different controversial issues with Paddington, but Paddington's cool. I'm not gonna joke around here, guys, it's good. Look at it. Paddington! Anyways, I'm off to see Back to the Future tonight, so, you know, Paddington might be another thing for me. Look, double-decker bus again. I will keep going on about a double-decker bus, I swear, guys. You know, you Americans, the fact that you haven't seen a double-decker bus, and every time you join my live, you're always like, no, double-decker bus isn't real. Double-decker buses are real. It's so funny. Oh, good top hats over there. You know what? I want a good top hat, but I don't think it will suit me. Maybe for something for tomorrow, I guess.